Hey, Tunji again from Ceasar Graphics. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my How to Use Background series. Today we are going to be working on this project together, and before I do that, I'm going to be sharing with you why I think this design is not successful. So without any further ado, let's jump into today's tutorial. So the first thing I noticed on this project is it's too busy. And one of the reasons why our project always look too busy is when we don't give room for white space. The lack of white space will make it look like your project is shouting. Also, the content share almost the same size. What also killed the beauty of the project is the use of element that is not adding to the message. Using element that is not adding to your project will take away from the project. The idea is not for you to add but to subtract. To be a good designer, you have to be a professional communicator. Know that there's a reason for every design project, and that reason influences the design form. The fact that I'm doing this does not mean this is the only solution to making this look better. There are so many ways you can achieve this. All right, so let's create a new document. So I'm going to click on File and I'm going to select the new button. I'm going to make this 800 by 800. My resolution is going to be 100, and I'm going to call this fasting. And pray. Okay, so I'm going to leave every other settings the way they are, and I'm going to select the create button. So now I already have the look of what the project is going to look like on my drawing book. So what I'm going to be doing here now is what I have on my drawing book. So now I'm going to create a grid. All right, I'm going to create a guide. So I'm going to click on view and I'll select new guide. And for this project, I'm going to use the 4 columns. Okay, I'm going to make my margin 50 and my border is going to be 15. Then I'm going to select the OK button. Now I'm going to change the color of my background to blue. All right, I'm going to make it blue. Shade of blue, and I'm going to hold on Alt and fill it with backspace. Then I'm going to create a noise. So I'll create a new layer and I'll call this noise. Then I'm going to change my blend mode to soft light and check the fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray option and click the OK button. Then I'm going to go to filter and select noise and select add noise. So then I'm going to reduce the strength of my noise like so. Now the reason why I always add noise to my project is to give it that real look. Then I'm going to drag the the bottle water and drag and drop here. So the reason why I'm using the bottle water concept is because normally when you're fasting, all right, the only thing you have access to is drinking of water. So many people, people are already used to using empty plates and so on. So this is another way of depicting fasting. So I'm going to just position this here and hit the enter key. So but I'm seeing this yellow effect here. So I'm going to change my blend mode to multiply, and I'll make a copy of this. All right, and I'll change this to normal. This will be normal, and I'll add the layer mask. Select the brush tool, select brush, increase the size of the brush, and just take out. Now make sure your foreground is set to black, and I'm just going to take out the shadow part from the layer, just like so. But when you're doing this, you need to be very careful. All right, you need to be very careful not to make it get to the plastic side. I'm just going to stop here, like so. Now this is good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll put this in a group. I'll call this bottle. All right, then I'm going to bring in my test. So I'm going to go to where I have it typed here on my PC, and I'm going to just copy fasting and only. So I'll paste it, and I'm going to change the color of this to white, and the font I'm going to be using is going to be let's see, fat boy slim, and I'll change this to the hand symbol. All right, okay, it should be the hand symbol. Okay, this is not looking good, so I need to look for a font that is similar to it, because I don't think that font has the hand symbol. So I'm going to use Bambi. Yeah, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to close this like so. Then I'm going to scale this down. All right, and position this here. So the whole idea is to make it look like the bottle water is pointing at the fasting and prayer. So I'm just going to position this here. All right, then I'll press this. So I'm going to draw an ellipse shape here, like so. And I'm going to just position that somewhere around here. Okay, now the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to, create drama with the purpose of the design, because this is actually the reason why we are doing this. So I want to be able to make this abstract and different from every other information on the project, so that people's attention can go to it and then quickly understand what the project is about. So I'm going to pick this shade of yellow, and I'm going to hold down Control and click on the thumbnail of the fasting and prayer, and I'm going to click on the layer mask on the layer of the ellipse, so as to cut out that text from the ellipse. So I'm going to hit Control I on my keyboard to reverse the mask, and I'm going to do the same thing with the text by holding down Control and click on the thumbnail of the ellipse, and add a layer mask to the layer of the fasting and prayer. So I'm going to click, and then I have this. Then I'm going to hit Control I to reverse the mask, and we have this. So the next thing I'm doing now is to put the title of the project, which is the theme. So I'm going to with this here and change the font to the same font, and I'm gonna make this cap. All right, so I'm gonna break it here, and I'm going to break it here like so. Then I'm gonna add tracking to this. So I'll start with leading. So I'm gonna add leading, not tracking. All right, and I'll position this here, make this bigger, just like so, with my free transform. All right, then I'm going to bring in the scripture like so. And then I'm going to paste that here, and I'm going to turn off the cap button here. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to bring out the free transform and just scale this down and just position this here, just like so. Okay, all right, this is good. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the dates. So I'm going to put the dates here. All right, then I'm going to change the color of this to white. Okay, it's already on white anyway, so I'm going to scale this down. All right, so it's always good to make your layer panel neat. So I'm going to move this up and put this, and this in a group. So I'm going to hit Control G on my keyboard to put it in a group. I'm going to call this header. All right, so I'm going to position it here, and for the date I'm going to tweak that. I'm going to call this I'm going to add Saturday. I'm not sure if January 4th is Saturday, but I just want to be able to make you guys see how I always like to make people find it easy to know the date of my artwork. So I'm going to select this and just add more leading to this, and I'll bring out the free transform and just push this down, and I'm going to position it here and just scale this a little bit bigger. All right, and I'm going to add the rider. Okay, I'll position that up here. You know what? Let's turn off the cap button and I'm gonna position this here. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is to add my social media handle, but before I do that, I still need to move this up a bit. Okay, and I'll rotate the bottom just like so, and just position this here. All right, then I'm going to move this down a bit. All right, then I'm going to take out this th and put 0 here, and so that's it. So I'm going to hit Control H on my keyboard to hide the guides, and this is what our final project looks like. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to ring the bell so you will be notified when I post my tutorials. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Peace.